The ceremony has ended, and now we will continue with the press conference. Madam President Halla Tomasdottir, President of Iceland, and Mr. Alexander Stubb, President of Finland, will begin with a few opening remarks, and then there is an opportunity for questions. Mr. President.
Thank you very much. I'm delighted to welcome Halla here to Helsinki in slightly Icelandic weather, but nevertheless, I think this visit is yet another sign of the strength of the relationship between our countries. We're both Nordic countries, values-based countries, and we share common interests and values, and we have both a strong relationship, of course, with nature. Today we've discussed our bilateral relations, our political relations, our security relations. We've discussed the Arctic, economic cooperation, entrepreneurship, education, as well as opportunities of people in our countries. We have spoken about our transatlantic relationship. We have spoken about Ukraine and Russia. The importance of Nordic cooperation has increased during recent years. As northern neighbors, Iceland and Finland are actively involved in this cooperation. And in times like these, it really matters to know who your friends are. And I think the bond that you and I have forged from the beginning when we started this office is a portrayal of that. Today, as you saw, we also signed a memorandum of understanding on bilateral defense cooperation between our countries, and this agreement, of course, paves the way for further cooperation. We saw one example of this in February when the Finnish Air Force took part in NATO's air policing mission in Iceland, and Iceland, of course, is a founding member of NATO, and Finland's NATO membership has further strengthened the defense relationship between our countries. Our cooperation also continues within the framework of the Joint Expeditionary Force, JEF, and it's important to say that security in the Baltic Sea and the Arctic region remains of high priority to JEF. And lest I forgot to mention, we did discuss Arctic issues as well. The importance of the Arctic continues to grow. It's becoming part of the global geostrategic chess game, whether we like it or not. The impact of climate change will be strongly felt in and around the Arctic. With Iceland, we share the goal of a peaceful and prosperous and stable Arctic. And let me finish by saying that there's also a lot of potential for economic expansion. The startup scene, for example, is thriving in both of our countries. We'll do some more business-oriented work tomorrow. Currently, however, trade and investments figures lag somewhat behind those of our Nordic landlocked neighbors, and we hope that this state visit with its large accompanying business delegation will boost bilateral economic relations. Even though we are a few hours apart in terms of time zones, Helsinki and Reykjavik are actually quite close. We're connected by quick direct flight with both Icelandair and Finnair. 2.5 hours, I think. Mm-hmm. So once more, thanks Halla for accepting the invitation to this state visit, and I'm looking forward to spending time with you today and tomorrow.
Thank you, Alex, and good day, everyone. It has been a great pleasure for me to meet with President Alex Stubb here in Helsinki. Thank you for the warm welcome. Our conversation was not only warm and constructive, it also reflected the deep and growing friendship between Iceland and Finland. Our two countries are bound by shared values, democracy, equality, sustainability, and peace. And in today's changing world, a world of disorder, as you have often aptly called it, those values matter more than ever. President Stubb and I discussed the evolving roles of Finland and Iceland within NATO and the growing significance of Nordic security cooperation. Finland's accession into NATO has strengthened the alliance, and Iceland remains firmly committed alongside our allies to upholding sovereignty, international law, and the core values that sustain our collective security. The signing of the Memorandum of Understanding on Defence Cooperation between our two countries marks an important milestone, reinforcing the close friendship and steadfast alliance we share as NATO partners. I also want to underline in this context that Iceland continues to stand in solidarity with Ukraine, united with others against Russia's ongoing aggression, and we are unwavering in our commitment to peace and democracy. Finland and Iceland are also partners in shaping a new kind of progress and approach to human security, one that puts people and planet first. Through our work in the Well-being Economy Government Alliance, Finns and Icelanders alike are rethinking what economic success truly means in the 21st century. And We Go is not just a philosophy, it is policy in action. We are investing in the long-term health of our societies and economies and showing that sustainability and competitiveness can and indeed need to go hand in hand. Our innovation communities are also closely connected. Each year, dozens of Icelandic entrepreneurs, investors, and changemakers attend Slush, Finland's world-leading startup event. And this vibrant exchange of ideas is a good example of how our countries inspire each other to think bigger and bolder. This is also reflected in the presence of a dedicated business delegation that joined us for this state visit, comprising about 50 individuals from 30 companies, exploring collaboration opportunities when it comes to future-fit energy systems, dual-use technologies, and gaming. These may sound like separate industries, but are all part of one larger mission: to build a secure, sustainable, and future-fit world. And beyond politics and policy, our connection is also cultural and deeply personal. Our citizens travel, study, and collaborate. From education and arts to science and entrepreneurship, the Iceland-Finland relationship is thriving with possibility. And in uncertain times, it is our friendships and our shared values and commitments that can give us confidence and direction and provide us with a moral compass. I commend President Stubb and the Finnish government for your principled leadership here at home, in Europe, and on the global stage. Iceland looks forward to deepening this partnership in every dimension, from defense and diplomacy to climate, creativity, and care for our people. Finland and Iceland are not just Nordic neighbors, we are trusted partners who are determined to meet the challenges of our time together. Thank you.
And first question goes to Olli Varis, Ilta-Sanomat.
Thank you. According to Jens Stoltenberg's book, Donald Trump questioned Iceland's existence in NATO in his first term as a president, as Iceland doesn't have armed forces. Question to President Tomasdottir: can Iceland rely on Trump and United States in defense? And a follow-up question to both presidents. Iceland and Finland signed this memorandum of understanding regarding bilateral defense cooperation. What can countries achieve